Witam, Mail z tej strony, witam w kolejnym odcinku z serii Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Dzisiaj jesteśmy po wysłuchaniu zeznań panny Angel Star. Zakończenie pierwszego dnia, tak jakby przesłuchań. I zobaczymy, co nam będzie dane odkryć dzisiaj. Mr. Wright? What? Are chairs always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seems to get there. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. Witaj, kowboju. Podoba mi się nutka, która gra, jak on się pojawia na scenie. Nie wiem, czy muzyka nie jest trochę za głośna, ściszmy ją trochę. Okay. They say you show a red cloth to bull, it'll fire up in distemper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall. Thought I come and take a look, see at how the car's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That had to slip out, huh? What is going on over there, anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So Miss Star wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. Me too. So, what we are swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's at steak's house, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Oh, we. Oh, we. February 23rd, ok. Czyli wracamy do przesłuchania. I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. Sweating. That fraud brow, those grinding teeth. To nie mówi Edgebar. That furrowed brow, those grinning teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doped over. Your bug is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Yep. Well then, I believe it's time we continue on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite behind himself. Excuse me, knock knock? Who's there? What the fuck? What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Wygląda jakby się z cyrku urwał. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Oh, it's you! Fajne ma oczy, tak swoją drogą.
Oh, hehehe. Sorry I'm late.
Uji?
The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Uji? How ya been? Swim much these days?
Oh, hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy, sneezy, EJ, Uji, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed. Uj seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right, very afraid. I'm sorry, but who are you?
So you're right though, the attorney. I heard good things about you, son.
Thanks?
So sorry about our little Worfy giving you all the trouble, eh? You know, we should go swimming together sometimes, jolly.
Little Worthy? Mr. Wright? You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? Is the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Czyli tak naprawdę przełożony... Przełożony, no, dowódca wszystkich policjantów i detektywów, tak?
Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone.
So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's Worfy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's my sister Muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just saying things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler.
But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On a little Worfy's car, no less.
Okay. SL92?
It's really quite embarrassing even for us.
What is this?
It's what you call the switchblade knife. Quite perplexing thing.
Czyli nóż sprężynowy? Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Hedgeworth, how How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigator this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
Now, wait a minute, Worthy.
I've no desire to hear your excuses.
I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth?
That's not fair. On the day of the crime I had...
Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at the loss of words. 4 words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah! The court accepted this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
Come on, just hurry up and open it.
No, gra znowu robi to za mnie? Okej, tu jest przycisk. A jest coś jeszcze na tym nożu? Jest tabliczka SL9 numer 2. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL9 too. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar, DL6, of DL6 incident fame. But it's strange. Huh? What is it? I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that look a lot like this, somehow. Okej, otwórzmy nóż w takim razie. Krzyk! Don't scare me like that! I'm the one who's scared! Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife. Nie. Nie. Nie sprężynowy rycerz, sprężynowy nóż. Added to the court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife.
Sure, thingy. Another problem, not even a little one, really.
Department in disorder. Albo ukryty nóż, w zależności o jakiej sytuacji mówimy. Nie, switchblade to jest nazwa noża sprężynowego, tak? Tak się to po polsku nazywa? Nóż, który się wysuwa na zapadkę właśnie przy przyciśnięciu guzika. No ale tak, no, można też to nazwać ukrytym nożem, ale to by było bardziej hidden blade, a nie switchblade. Albo switch knife. I dziękuję za hosta. Co tam u ciebie, to kozaka? Jak się czujesz? Jak się masz? Kurde. Chwilę. Muszę zażyć preparat do nosa, bo zaczynam cieknąć. Departament zdezorganizowany? Aha.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here.
Ten nóż jest specjalny, ale nie mogę w tych okolicznościach powiedzieć czemu. O, widzę, że twój angielski się robi coraz lepszy.
Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? He's not officially linked to this case, so I can't talk much about it.
Czemu on zawsze wygląda, jakby był szczerze zdziwiony? O? There was a murder at the police department. A detective.
That's hush information, Aji. Aji?
Udgay.
Ajay czy Ujay? Ujay. Ajay?
Ciężko ci tłumaczyć złożone zdania od tak? Ja też mam problem, bo często zapominam, co dane słowo znaczy po polsku, mimo że rozumiem sens zdania. Jestem już po prostu na etapie, gdzie jak ktoś do mnie mówi po angielsku, to po prostu rozumiem, co on mówi. Nie muszę sobie tłumaczyć w głowie, co on powiedział, tylko po prostu rozumiem, co czytam, albo rozumiem, co ktoś do mnie mówi.
That's, we haven't exactly announced it yet.
Wait a second, you said five. Zabójstwo w departamencie policji, ofiara jest detektywem? Tak, dokładnie. Tylko że chodzi o drugie zabójstwo, nie związane z nie chodzi o Goodmana. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Rubble. Yep. Order.
Anyway, we are at the department where all flustered.
Aha. Czyli wszyscy byli zażenowani.
As you might well assume, we're in the middle of a top secret investigation.
Nie są w ściśle tajnych, są w ściśle tajnych.
Don't tell anyone, okay?
Nie żebyś powiedział to właśnie wszystkim zebranym w tej sali przesłuchań, sali sądowej, przepraszam. I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright? Two detectives killed at the same time in two different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. Ta informacja jest strasznie pilna i tajna, Edgeworthie, tak. Ale nie, bo UJ to jest sędzia, nie Edgeworth. A i jutro idę na nocną zmianę, także jutro na pewno streama nie będzie, ale dzisiaj mogę streamować dłużej niż do 22. Natomiast w czwartek, jak wrócę z nocnej zmiany, to też mam dzień wolny, więc w czwartek też będzie stream, no a w piątek i tak jest stream, także mamy stream heavy tydzień. Tym razem. Praktycznie codziennie stream. W poniedziałek był, dzisiaj jest, no jutro nie będzie, w czwartek będzie, w piątek będzie. Tylko w czwartek się mam zamiar wybrać do dentysty, więc mogę zacząć trochę później. Ale nie pasowało? Chciałeś napisać łysino, ale nie pasowało. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well, however. Keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Department in disorder. Okej, przyciśnijmy go na każdym zdaniu, jak to normalnie robimy. Dajże mi coś przetłumaczyć w końcu. Co, za szybko czytam, za szybko przeletuję przez te dialogi? Excuse me, special?
Had to come by this particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tug?
Oh, sorry, writer, but I can't say that now. Not that.
Jego bicie brawo daje mi do zrozumienia, że chyba zgadłem. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery.
And like a mystery is wrapped into something, a muffler.
Okay. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you?
See, there's a lot of things that get on the at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, writer.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, writer. Ona też już mówi writer. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into pieces. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. Mimo dowodów, połączenie Goodmana i sprężynowego noża jest dla mnie wielce wątpliwe. Nie, tam bardziej chodziło o to, że mimo tego, że ten nóż został znaleziony na naszym terenie zbrodni, ma jeszcze inne podejrzenia, dlatego nie może ujawnić wszystkich szczegółów. So, how are things done at the department? Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You got a good look in your eyes there, writer, my boy. Sharp, hungry.
So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed?
Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy. That what with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Detective was killed. At the police department, see, what a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in a prosecutor's parking lot. Another detective was killed at the police department?
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji?
I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact.
To był mroczny dzień dla Departamentu Policji. Nasza forma była godna samego Gamszu. Tylko Gamszu się pisze przez Gam SH i 2 O E. Gamszu. Przepraszam, nie 2 O. 1 O. Gamschoe. Gumowy but, tak jakby. Just arrested. That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Wright?
I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case.
Ah, good one. This gets sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Okej, zróbmy save'a w takim razie. Co chcemy wiedzieć? Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. To już wiemy, że zmarł 15 po 5. Gdzie został znaleziony też wiemy, w Departamencie Policji, więc jak został zabity? To jest jedyne pytanie, na które on nam jeszcze nie odpowiedział. Znaczy, jedyna informacja, której on nie udzielił. W jaki sposób został zabity tamten drugi detektyw. Wright to wy? Nie, Wright to jest tak jakby zdrobnienie Wright. Tylko że to nie jest zdrobnienie, bo to jest dodanie O do jego nazwiska. Tylko to tak jakbyś... No, on jest... Wygląda już na leciwego, więc mówi do wszystkich tak jakby byli małymi dziećmi. Well, how was the detective killed?
How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force called a stabbing with a knife.
A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman.
That's the spirit. We're cooking now.
Nie gotujemy teraz.
But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean? Handelgande? Handelgandel. Handelgandel? Ha? O co ci chodzi? Handelgande. Handel no to jest albo uchwyt, albo uporać się z czymś, rozwiązać coś. A Gandhi? Nie wiem.
There were more similarities between the two cases than the case of death. Cause of death.
It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Granat ręczny? A, handle grenade, a nie gun. Hand grenade. Handle gandle. 5, but that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What?
Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
Coincidence? Przypadek? Nie sądzę. This is just my good feeling. Good? A gut, okej. Gut to jest tak jakby... Gut to są wnętrzności, jelita, ale chodzi o to, że to jest takie moje wewnętrzne przeczucie. But I'd say there's a 1000% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident.
It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it.
How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Wright, huh? You understand?
Ma fajny krzyżowy granat? Kto? Chodzi ci o jego krawat? Oczywiście. Takie połączenie muszki i krawatu trochę. Try to understand, Wrighto. Sędzia już też do nas mówi Wrighto. No dobra, oni obydwoje wyglądają na starsze osoby.
Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. Autokaleta atakuje. Kocham autokorektę czasami, ale zazwyczaj jej nienawidzę. And that knife. What was it doing there? I better check this knife out. Okej, czyli... Aj, nie ten guzik. Tak, już o tym rozmawialiśmy. Musimy sprawdzić ten nóż jeszcze raz, czy coś pominęliśmy. Maybe I should check the court record again. SL9. Czy coś jeszcze u nas ma literkę SL9? Znaczy... To nie jest 6-7S, to jest SL9. I nie 12 przez 2, tylko 2 przez 12. To mu mam pokazać? Na ostatnim zdaniu? Zróbmy save'a. Nie. Mam dowód, który mi jest potrzebny, tylko na którym zdaniu mam to pokazać. Gant ma 65 lat, więc jest już prawie starcem. Okej. No, rozgryzłem to, tylko gdzie mam pokazać ten dowód? Okej. Mam save'a, więc będziemy pokazywać dowód na każdym zdaniu, aż trafimy, gdzie mamy go pokazać, bo nie mam pojęcia. Nie tu. Jak mi się skończą próby, to po prostu wczytamy grę i tyle. Aha, tu miałem to pokazać. Wait a second.
At last, an honest to goodness objection.
This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean?
Aha! An honest to goodness, what do you mean from Angie? This is great.
Look at the tag of this knife. On this knife, it reads SL92. And this is important, why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s, 12 divided by 2? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside? The printed name on the memo makes it looks like it's right upside. But turn it around and what do you get? Oh! Whoever wrote this was holding the paper upside down. SL9, that's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Rubble, 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 rubble. Order, order! Well, Chief?
Well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Wright.
I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen.
Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little Wolfie. It was a murder weapon, as it happened. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Ma coś nowego do powiedzenia? On the same day, the detective was killed in a prosecutor parking lot. Another detective was killed at the police department.
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Edgy? Aji, Edgy, Uji?
Uji. I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator. Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested, that was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Writer.
I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case.
Ah, good one. That's this kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Okej, pytaliśmy się już o powód, jak zginął, i on opowiedział, że został dźgnięty. Gdzie został znaleziony? So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room. Wait a second, I have heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was an evidence in the case that it was stolen from the department's evidence room. Okay. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go down on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Wiek sędziego nie jest policzony dokładnie, ale jedna z postaci związana z May mówi, że jest młodsza od sędziego i nadal mu chce się grać w te gierki. Ma 48 lat, więc zapewne urodził się wcześniej niż 71. A w którym roku się toczy ta gra? Bo ja już nie pamiętam. Ostatnie zdanie. Zaś to przewinąłem. Chief, the defense positions is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
You don't say. Well, out with it, Writer. What's your connection?
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife was found in the lot. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
You two make a good pair. It took my man 2 days to find out what you deducted right here.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. W 2016. Czyli urodził się przed 71. (29 plus 16 to jest 45, czyli ma więcej niż 45 lat, więc ja bym obstawiał koło 50 paru. Ewentualnie podchodzący pod 60.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all.
Can we get information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really? Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can reveal the name of the victim and the department, okay?
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. The victim's division, the victim's ID number, the victim's gender. Dobra, spytajmy się o płeć ofiary. Okay, how about the gender of the victim?
You want to know that? Okay, a hint. Let's see, first hint, the gender that's not a female.
Aha, he was a guy.
What did I tell you, the boy's sharp?
Stop goofing around, Mr. Wright, this is a serious business. Sorry, Aaron. Hey, tell that to the chief of police. Two detectives were killed, okej. To już było. Wszystko się toczy wokół tego jednego noża. Jeśli urodził się w 1960, to ma 56 lat. Okej. Ale jest ważne to, że jest cały łysy, jest już siwy, ma brodę potąd. No ja bym obstawiał, że ma przynajmniej 55 plus. Okej, spytajmy w takim razie o coś innego. Oddział, w którym pracował zamordowany, w którym pracowała ofiara? Okay, well, what division was the victim stationed in?
You want to know that, do you? Do you? Criminal Affairs Division 1, the detective responsible for homicide cases.
Homicide, that would be the same division as Detective Gant's shoe. Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was a homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except the serial killing happens simultaneously, scientifically speaking. Well, I'm sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. Okej, czyli znów mamy jakieś połączenie. Wygląda na to, że musimy się spytać o środkowy, the victim's ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not, you won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lead on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842-189.
Well, that's quite long.
And we have to remember this, it drives me nuts.
82... I can't do this. You didn't even get the first number. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? Czy ja mogę teraz przejrzeć core record? Tak. 5842 189? Chwila! Czy to nie było ID Goodmana? The idea number of the 5842... Tak! Tells me something! Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Uwaga, będzie długi przypis. Sędziowie sprawują swój urząd dożywotnio, przy czym obowiązek pracy w pełnym wymiarze ciąży na nich do ukończenia 65 roku życia. Następnie mogą przejść w stan spoczynku lub przyjąć status tak zwanego sędziego seniora, czy też starszego sędziego. Tacy sędziowie nadal cieszą się pełnią praw i przywilejów, jednak orzekają w zakresie zależnym od własnej możliwości oraz bieżących potrzeb sądu. W praktyce wielu sędziów kontynuuje pracę na takich zasadach, mając nawet 80 więcej lat. No tak, no, na pewno jest z tego lepsza wypłata niż z emerytury.
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say.
I czy ja mam wrażenie, czy mikrofon ostatnimi czasy jest strasznie głośno? No, bo jest ustawiony na maksimum. Może teraz nie? Nie. Może teraz nie będę przekrzykiwać aż na czerwono? Okej, powinno być lepiej, bo już nie wchodzę na czerwony pasek na OBS-ie. Czemu nie powiedziałeś, że przekrzykuję grę trzykrotnie?
You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Tell us this sort of thing.
Więc nasz sędzia może mieć powyżej 65 lat życia. No, prawda. Wygląda na trochę starszego od tego szefa policji, tylko że szef policji się do niego zwraca jak do młodego. Więc to mi mówi, że może być młodszy od niego. Lubisz słyszeć mój głos i teraz jest za cicho. No dobra, podwyższę trochę. Wcześniej było na maksa, więc teraz będzie na 75%. Zobaczmy. Oczywiście, że 5842189. Sędzia i Gant są przyjaciółmi. Witness! Chief of Police.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both, gun blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. Two places, two detectives, murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, writers. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 58421189. Czyli, że co? W obydwu przypadkach zwłoki to ta sama osoba. Czyli Goodman tak naprawdę nie został zabity w urzędzie prokuratury, tylko w budynku policji, a później przeniesiony do budynku prokuratury.
And this means what exactly? Wait, that ID numbers we have from the chief area. That started with 82, I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189, which is exactly the same number.
Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? What does this
mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department evidence room was Bruce Goodman. And what does our witness think about that?
Sharp as a track, right, or sharp as a track.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet a detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible! So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time and in a completely different location.
Order. Chief, what does this mean?
No! What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case.
Now, just wait a second, Watty. No need to get all flustered.
Został teleportowany, tak. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said wait, or didn't you hear me? The other side, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
What? How dare...
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer Mickens who brought you the news.
Officer Mickens? Mr. Wright, where have we had that name before? Wait, To był ten gość ze złamaną ręką, czy tam ręką w bandażu.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premise?
I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I gave you a report, sir. You don't mean him.
According to Mickens, you didn't accept your report. Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me... He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report.
Gagan! Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
But sir, you could have submitted the report this morning to the court as evidence. Then Fajny ma uśmiech cały czas. Powiesz coś?
No such luck this time, Worthy, or should I say unworthy?
What?
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law,
Well, Mr. Wright? Well, it's, Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does that mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy.
I was just doing my job. No. No. Chyba koniec sprawy na dzisiaj, bo taka nuta się zazwyczaj wtedy pojawia.
It seems we have come to the end of the trail.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worfy. With all those rumors, you were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
Edgy dostał niezłego sierpowego. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth,
please just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do.
You'd better get results this time, really.
You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's even been an error this serious in the history of these cards. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned.
To be continued. Wright został małym bohaterem. Pierwszy raz! W końcu to Wright jest tym... dobrym, nie wiem, tym, który połączył coś, a nie tylko... udało mi się jakimś cudem. Okej, zróbmy save'a. I to będzie na tyle w tym odcinku. Dzięki za uwagę. Widzimy się następnym razem. Na razie, cześć, ciao.